you believe it? We're finally talking about widgets. Flutter would be nothing without widgets. A Flutter UI is composed exclusively of them. For example, we can have a container widget inside of which is an image widget. Flutter comes with many pre-made and customizable widgets. The package ecosystem also provides an ever-expanding collection of community-made libraries and widgets. We can customize our widgets, use widgets from other packages, or just use the built-in ones. The built-in widgets include material components, which make it straightforward to add themes and colors, lay out the app, and add user interaction. Let's take a quick look at this app screen. All of the text is created using text widgets, and there are also image widgets. We have icon button, raise button, and drop-down button widgets for user interaction. Columns and list views are used for organization and layout. These aren't very surprising widgets, but other aspects of Flutter UI are also widgets. Themes, animations, layout. Gesture detectors are widgets too. The app itself is a widget. As we mentioned, widgets are written entirely with Flutter code. There are both stateless and stateful widgets. Stateless widgets are immutable. This means that all their fields have to be final when we initialize one at compile time. We can pass in custom properties when creating our widget, such as a background color, but once created, those properties can't change. Stateless widgets are not interactive, so there are also a class of widgets called stateful widgets that create state objects. We will talk about this later. For now, we will focus on stateless widgets to get you comfortable with thinking about widgets and how they are used for layout. We instantiate each widget by passing in some parameters. Some are required and some are optional. Let's take a look at the container, one of the most versatile widgets. You can use it to subdivide your app into sections, create various shapes, decorate existing widgets, and more. Let's instantiate a container. All we have to do is type container without any input properties. This just creates an empty container object. If you're familiar with web, this is akin to creating a div element or a view in React Native. We can customize our container by filling in the properties. For example, we can add width, height, and color. We can also fill in properties such as padding, margin, and alignment.
So I'm going to get rid of that app bar. Say that again. And the app bar is gone. So inside of our container, I'm going to follow what they said here. And I'm going to create the color. Colors.purple. Let's see what that looks like. The width is going to be 300. And the height is going to be 400. Save that. Doesn't really do a hot reload there for whatever reason. Mine seems to be broken. So I'm just gonna hot restart each time. Now the margin. Edge and sets all, and they're gonna make it 16. Save that. And once again, we'll do an actual load. Okay. It's not still exactly what I was expecting there, but yeah, so I'm wondering why the image on that they're showing actually shows a lot more margin than that. However, I did place it inside of the body. I don't know if it matters that it is a material app, not sure if I can just run this like that. Non-constant identifiers using lower camel case. I don't know why that is. Wow.
Most widgets have an optional child or children property, allowing us to nest widgets inside other widgets. The child property exists on widgets that only expect one child, such as a padding or material app. The children property is present in widgets that take in a list of children, such as columns, list views, and stacks. This means that a button widget can have a child, which is a container widget, which has a child, which is a text widget. Filling in a child is also optional. We are allowed
Okay, so they just went and plopped hello in there multiple times. So they changed it to a column. So let's see here. The child is going to be a column. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Option Enter, and I'm going to wrap with the column, and it's going to have children, hello, text widget, hello. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's save that, and let's reload that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, awesome.
To create a widget without children, and this is the default behavior, so you don't have to specify that child equals null. As we said earlier, the widgets and renderer are all in the app, meaning that the building and rebuilding of widgets happens quickly and efficiently. Now that we know about widgets, we can start building with them.
Okay, so the quiz says there is a wide range of widgets available, and it's important to familiarize yourself with them so you can know what to do, what to use when designing an app. You may recall some widgets, such as a container, row, and column, but there are lots of other useful ones that have been pre-built, so you don't have to build them yourself. Consider checkboxes, drop-downs, and text fields. So this quiz is a scavenger hunt, a fun scavenger hunt to learn about different widgets that Flutter has to offer. Since Flutter is actively being worked on, new widgets and custom parameters for each widget are constantly being created, and you can see them at flutter.io/widgets. If there's a widget out there that could be improved, file an issue for it or build it yourself. So question 1, for each scenario, pick a widget that can accomplish the task. Okay, so if I want to make a volume control for my app, that would be a slider, because I can slide the volume up and down to increase it or decrease it. I have a large number of photos I want the user to scroll through efficiently. So photos or a photo gallery would be placed in a grid view widget. It would be that would allow you to lay out all your photos in a grid and be able to scroll through. I'm making a form and want the user to select all the types of music they listen to from a list. That would be a checkbox, because a checkbox implies that you can make multiple selections, and this one is saying that they want to select all of the types of music they listen to. I want the user to choose the month of their birthday from a list. So that would imply a drop-down, because you're only selecting one out of a list of potential values, January, February, March. I want to make a nice semi-transparent light box that overlays my app screen, and that would be the opacity widget, because opacity is the keyword here is semi-transparent light box, and opacity controls transparency. So definitely check out the documentation on flutter.io/widgets if you have more questions about that. And I'm gonna skip question 2 and allow you to take care of that.